Hello, weary travelers. Come, gather around the table and let me bend your ear as we tell another fable of Velenia. I am your host and DM, Rice Garin, and joining me are my amazing, fantastic friends who are also regaling these fables. We're gonna go around to do introductions! Last time we did introductions, but we're doing it again. Starting on my right.
I am Hagen Hall, and I will be playing Munnin Umbratallon.
Oh, so intriguing, so interesting. Yes.
I'm Micah Adams, and I'll be playing Orryn Garrick.
Yes.
I'm John Rich, and I'll be playing Montly Bunderlus.
I'm Mike Wilbanks, and I'll be playing Landon Sagewood.
Of course.
And I'm Piper Johansson. I will be playing Kota Galitsadi.
Yes. Oh yes. Thank you everyone for joining. Most of it family friends. You know who you are, and you know I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. We are about to get started with the first ever session of the Fables of Velenia, which is so exciting. Woo! Yeah! But first, announcements. Tonight, again, we want to give special thanks to Cultivate IT, a local IT company that provides IT support for its clients, ranging from network support to hardware support and many other supportive IT stuff. Want to explore a partnership with Cultivate IT? Well, today is your lucky day. Reach out to them using the URL cultivate-it.com. That is cultivate-it.com. Now, and click on that Contact Us button as soon as you join their website and get a dialogue started with them. Cultivate IT. Tomorrow's IT support today. Yes. Thanks, Cultivate IT. We appreciate you. So, there was some stuff that happened last session, which we're kind of considering like a bottle episode in that nothing story-wise happened, but it is kind of canon. So, if you tuned in, well done. If not, don't worry yourself, okay? We're starting right off with this. Zezveldin Day, one of celebration and unity, noted as the day that Zezveldin Duran led the charge that brought the end to the Eldrian Purge and drove the Iron Syndicate into hiding. This will be important later. The party recently finished a sort of, bottle episode, as we previously mentioned, where they met each other, as all adventurers do, in a tavern. Classic. After meeting this dwarven tavern owner and gathering some information from him about the Iron Syndicate, a woman burst through the door, requiring the party's aid in rescuing her husband from a band of goblins along the western road, waylaying these travelers on their way in to celebrate Zezveldin Day in Rorathel, this neighboring town that this inn resides on the outskirts of. The party were able to fight off the bugbears and goblins, all branded with a purple crest glowing on their necks, when all of a sudden a blue dragon-like creature erupted from the ground in the stream, lightning spewing from its mouth, purple glowing cracks in its skin. The party did their best to fell the beast, Landon, our character over here played by Mike, delivering the final blow. As the other creatures fled, Kota quickly knocked out one of the beasts and bound the beast. And that is where we start our adventure off. You see this bugbear that is laid before you, bound by you, and you go over to it as the party is recuperating from everything that is going on. All of the conversation that happened before with Kim, the same conversation happens, but this is also happening as well. Kota on the side.
Is the bugbear conscious?
It is not. No.
Okay. I would like to try to wake him up.
Okay. You shake the bugbear to wake it, and You can see that the bugbear is trying to break out of its bindings, just baring its fangs, and it's looking up at you like with malintent. It's looking as if it wants to do you harm. Definitely.
Who do you work for?
I will kill you.
Not with your hands tied behind your backs. So just tell us who you work for. We can maybe we can figure out a solution where we can just kind of let you go. We don't have to kill you. I really don't like doing that. But I also want to know why you're attacking and stealing people. It's not cool.
I would rather be dead by the one who captured me.
That's really dramatic. Just who do you work for? You won't have to die. Dying is not fun. I've heard people die.
I work for myself.
Are you sure? Because you have a nice little purple cresty thing here. I don't really think that you work for yourself.
What crest? What crest?
Purple thingy. Does he have one?
Yeah.
Oh.
It is definitely just bound on his neck.
I reach down and I pick it up and show it to his face, and I'm like, but.
Well, it is brandished on its skin.
Can
It is
can I make
etched
an
into its skin.
investigation check, just looking kind of over at this whole scene going
Yeah,
on.
sure. Go.
That she mentioned.
Go ahead.
you
Yeah.
mentioned that
But
she-
yes, it. While you roll that investigation check, yes, it is etched into its skin. It's. The size is maybe
like a
about
brand,
this
like
right
a-
here.
like a
Yes,
burn,
yes, it's like
almost?
burnt
Okay.
into its skin. Yeah.
That's a 24.
24. You notice this is an arcane crest. It has a. You can't quite tell what the origins of the crest are, but it appears to be some kind of old magic. From the little bit that you know about the arcane. It's nothing that you've ever seen before, so you can only assume that it is something old or very new. Either way.
Okay.
Old or very.
Yeah. Very old.
No in between
Very
at all.
new.
Place
Somewhere in there.
I
Yeah.
remember asking before, to Orryn's knowledge, he said that these monsters had purple eyes.
Yeah,
Did this
yeah,
look-
they were glowing. With that investigation, you do not see the purple glow in its eyes, and same with you, Kota. Being close, you don't notice the purple glow that you saw previously, and you the etched marking on its neck is not. It doesn't have that faint purple glow again either.
It just looks like an old scar /
Yeah,
burn.
something happened from you knocking it out.
Okay. So, the burn, the scar on your neck and your chest. Do you know how that happened? It was purple.
Did you cut me?
No.
How dare you! I will eat your bones for breakfast.
I walk
But
over
you
to Landon.
can't.
I walk over to Landon behind all this. I know I'm a bit new to all of this. There seems to be something larger afoot, something magical.
Who's the pipsqueak?
Oh, he's our friend, but we're just.
Wait,
trying
is he talking about me?
No.
Is he talking? I'm gonna go up to him.
I'm like, no.
I'm gonna take my little dagger out. Who you calling Pipsqueak,
You
bud?
stab me and I
We're
will
de-
kill you.
We're de-escalating the situation. We're good.
Don't do
We're
it.
good.
Kill me.
I'm gonna kind of stand in between the two of them just to calm the mood just a little bit.
And although I still don't want to be within eye shot of anybody, I definitely want to move closer from across the river last time where I was looking up at the,
Okay.
within earshot of
Sure.
what's happening.
Yeah. So you're on the other side of the river now, but still far enough away from everyone where it's.
Crossing toward what's going on here.
Yeah.
But still trying
Yeah.
to
So you're keeping into the conversation as well. You're able to hear
Yeah,
a good
back.
distance away to where you're able to hear what's going on. Put your blade down or kill me now.
Yeah, okay, whatever. And I'll just put it back in.
No, kill me.
No.
I think
What
you're
is
good.
what is the last thing you remember
Why should I?
after
tell-
this? Because we're trying to help you. Do you want to die? We're trying to help you.
Can we throw him in the river?
Maybe. It could be a potential.
I'll start grabbing
if you
rocks.
don't behave. If you don't behave, it could be a potential. So if you just answer our questions, this can work out for everybody.
Roll a persuasion check.
I am also gonna go find big rocks.
I would like
And you
to
do
find
so,
big
and you
rocks.
do find a couple of big rocks, especially for your size.
Wow.
16 plus 1, 17.
17. The last thing I remember was being with my clan on the south side of the Toothy Maw of Eldrian.
Hellhound's Jaw.
Call it what you will. I was on the southern tooth, on the southern teeth, and out of nowhere, smoke rose from the ground. It pulled us under, into the ground, into the dirt. The next thing I remember is being bound by you, the one captured me. Where's the rest of my clan? Tell me now or kill me!
Okay, so I think you have a memory gap. Also, do you want some water? Are you thirsty?
We got a lot of water in that river. And I start bringing rocks over.
No, what? Rock? Holy,
No.
you're on my team! What are you?
Listen, just because I'm a goblin, I'm on your team. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, I just assumed that.
Is this what society... whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Don't get me out of these burning!
Okay, hold on. So, how far away are we from Hellhound's Jaw at this point?
I didn't tell you exactly.
How do you guys?
Yeah, Orryn's up here.
So Orryn knows this is maybe half a day's travel from Hellhound's Jaw. Around half a day's travel. Yeah.
Okay, so it seems you have some memory gaps. We're not quite sure what happened to your tribe, but do you remember like the big water dragony type thing at all that we killed or anything?
No.
No. Okay.
I go
Just
up to
confusion.
I go to the bugbear and like get as close as I can, kind of muster. And do you know of a trust, the mining community, south of Hellhound's Jaw? A trust.
The gnome village?
Yes, that's the one.
We steer clear from it. Yes, I know what it is, yes.
Were you near there when the smoke rose, when you began being pulled down?
Yes. We keep our establishment on the outskirts of a trust.
Establishment's such a nice word.
And you have no idea how it happened. You just remember the cloud rising.
There's this smoke, you can see that branding is now turning that arcane purple. It's shining bright, just rays shooting straight up from the etching in its skin. Just and you can see that there's a purple light that is emanating from its eyes, and you just.
I go and that's what happened. Oh, could this be happening to me?
You can see that the bugbear is not pulling at its restraints anymore, just looking at each of you.
Are you someone new?
You could say that.
Yeah, this is weird. Can we throw him in the river yet?
No. I would love to. Hold on, but I think I can.
You know too much.
No, we don't.
And what are you going to do about it?
Chaos. Names. And just all of a sudden, there's this plume of purple smoke that emanates from that rune and from its eyes, and the bugbear just goes limp on the ground.
Like dead?
From what you can see,
I shake him again.
nothing.
I shake him vigorously. Okay.
Did I happen to recognize the voice at the last? Okay.
Well.
Is the husband guy still here?
Yes.
Well.
Leaning up against the tree, still, just like after y'all have cut him free.
Do you think we could throw him in the river?
No.
Sorry, that's Goblin coming out at me. Got way ahead of myself. Should we talk to him? See how he's doing? I mean,
Yes.
he's tied to a tree and he just witnessed all this, so.
Hi, Kim.
So this is where we transition into what happened
Yeah.
previously.
Hi, Kim.
Conversation ensues. We all travel back towards Rorethel, towards the inn The Wilted Cabbage is what the establishment is called.
Lovely.
And suitably, there is a cabbage patch that sits outside of the inn.
Is there a cabbage merchant?
Does
he scream cabbage?
we don't know. We can
Cabbage
neither
cart.
confirm or deny. We've not met a cabbage merchant yet, or maybe ever. We don't know.
I was very interested in finding a cabbage merchant.
So yes, as the group, the party, with the successful rescue of Kem, makes their way back to the inn. Kem wants to reward the party with goods that he has in his shop, his mercantile place that resides within Rorethel, for rescuing him, for saving him, and for aiding his wife. As all of you make your way over to the Crooked Inn, or not the Crooked Inn, the Wilted Cabbage, and yes, Landon, you are getting knowing looks towards you, knowing glances towards you, as if some kind of recollection is happening.
Just from people in the inn?
No,
the cabin?
from Kem.
Oh.
As you are coming down, you are nearing this edge that looks out onto Rorethel. All of you, as you are getting to this edge and going down the path that just kind of winds close to the edge and then goes down onto the landing where Rorethel resides, it's about maybe 500 feet away, 500 to 1,000 feet away. You notice the makings of Rorethel. It is a city where there are high walls. You could tell that they are dwarven in make, that they are stone, but they are adorned in iron, and then there are inlays of gold. But it is not anything extravagant. It all seems to be very very purposeful, all of the pieces that have been built. But you could see that it is dwarven pieces that were placed on top of what appears to be human stone. The wall itself is made of stone. The top of the wall itself is adorned with that dwarven make, that dwarven iron. And you are nearing that Wilted Cabbage Inn, and you get to the door and swing it open. You can see that there are a few more people that are here. There are more people that are outside roaming along the path of the Wilted Inn. Here, actually, let's take us to the Wilted Inn. One moment.
Does anyone feel weird about seeing the purple eyes? Has anyone seen that before?
I haven't.
Can I do a history check to see?
Um,
Or would I just know?
The purple eyes, you can go ahead and roll. Yeah. Whomever else wants to roll, I guess, an Arcana check against that, you can. We are right here. You can see that green marker spinning around and around.
I rolled a 14.
A 14? You don't know just anything that is familiar about those purple eyes or the marking, the arcane marking.
Makes sense. I'm not
So yes, all of y'all are going down that winding path, heading towards the Wilted Cabbage. The door opens. You can see that that Filda, Kem's wife, is just on a bar stool at the end. In this tavern, the bar sits in the middle, almost like an island. And all of the kegs and the glasses are placed on the inside of this island bar, and there is there's a second balcony that sits on the top of this, but it's very short and squatty. It's almost as if they put that balcony where the attic should be of this establishment. So it looks kind of decrepit, but it's homely. But yes, she is sitting at that bar. As all of you, the door is thrown open. She just has a an excited look on her face. Oh, Ken! Oh my goodness! And you can see, oh, Phila, and they just both embrace and they give each other a kiss. And I was so worried. I thought that you were lost to me. And she was like, I thought the same as well. Thank you all of you so much for saving my husband. I can't ever repay you enough. And he goes, I want to repay them, honey. We need to take them to our place. And she goes, yes. Were you able to gather any of our belongings? And he goes, no, none of the belongings that we had were still with me. I was rendered unconscious, and all of our belongings were gone by the time that these adventurers, these heroes, saved me. So we may not have much to offer, but we do want to repay all of you. We would love to repay you. Please, if you would be our guests as we make our way into Rorathel, we would be eternally grateful for that.
Yeah, I mean, I heard loot, and so I'm down.
And you said that you backtracked.
I wanted to backtrack ahead of time.
Yes.
On the broom and kind of be there when everyone arrived to give the impression that I wasn't there. Because
Okay.
I think only what
I saw you fly away.
Yes, only him.
Only Orryn.
Okay.
Yes.
And I-
So yeah, no one else would have seen you zooming off on a broom.
Okay. Then I'm hooded and cowled again, but still listening in on this conversation.
Cool.
And
We're in that original common room?
Yeah,
Okay.
just the main bar room, yeah.
Yeah, with every intention to follow them to Kim's place of residence should they leave.
Okay.
So that's my.
Cool, sounds good. And do you want to make yourself visible or known to everyone else, or are you trying to hide from them? Like in the background of this bar area.
Would I be able to approach Landon without drawing too much attention?
It is a little bit busier in here. There's enough of a crowd within this bar now that you would be able to attempt to draw his attention away from the rest of the group. So you could try, yeah.
I'd like to walk up and kind of nudge Landon.
Okay, sure. As all of this is happening, Ken and Filda are both thanking all of you. All of you are regaling the actions that happened, what you encountered. This is what happens.
You ever seen anything like that before? Purple eyes glowing.
I can't say that I have. Not before, no.
I haven't either, and I don't exactly trust you still, because I've heard things about you and the Iron Syndicate, but I think I might want to kind of.
As soon as he says Iron Syndicate, I'm going to kind of pull him aside a little
Okay,
bit.
cool. Yeah, you pull him away from the rest of the group.
Are you with
Out of
Syndicate
earshot.
as well, or what are you doing here?
That's for me to know.
If you want my help, you're going to have to confide in me a little bit at least.
I can tell you one thing. That if you're with the Syndicate, then you're definitely somebody that I'd like to be near.
You're really weird. You're really weird. I'm going to walk back.
Is he flirting? I can
Seeing Ken,
You're good.
I noticed that they're off on the side, but seeing Kem and Filda together, Orryn just feels like walking out. So he walks outside.
Aw.
And
Kota would chase Orryn.
It's just kind of looking from the wilted cabbage to the, or looking back at the cabbage fields, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. And you do. Coming up, you hear the door open and close behind you, and it's Kota as you turn behind.
Are you okay?
Oh yes, we don't really have cabbages like this on the edge of the largest canyon on the continent.
Just admiring the cabbages.
Kota's like, I don't believe
That's
you.
in
With
my
the,
it's in my bonds and flaws. On my
Cabbage.
character sheet. Cabbage.
like, I just really like to admire the cabbages.
You too partake.
Do you also
In
like to
cabbage.
observe the cabbages?
My bodies. I own it.
That's me.
Kind of like does it like they don't believe you.
So tell me about yourself. Where are you from? I feel like we kind of got all in a tizzy all at once.
Yeah. I'm actually from the Vast Lands, so pretty close to Hellhound's Jaw. I was actually with the Hoopa tribe. I grew up there, and I've been traveling since. I'm looking for Landon's sister. Her name is Lucy, and I haven't seen her in almost a decade. But also, I'm looking for my birth parents. I was adopted, so just kind of traveling around and trying to find all the people I've ended up losing. So.
And also, there's something that we did not mention. Raylan is not with us today. She is occupied doing something else, so yeah.
She'll be back in a couple weeks.
Yeah, she'll be back. But in the meantime, Zara has just silently joined y'all, and you can see that she is kind of like strolling through the cabbages and kind of like sniffing at them. It's like, it's vegetables, and she's like, wow, this is interesting that I've seen.
What cabbages?
Like, yeah, these are cabbages. And her bluebird is flying around with her as she's just inspecting all of these vegetables.
Yeah.
But
So, watching Zara, heartfelt smile comes to Orryn's face. He enjoys seeing, just watching her speak.
child.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand loss if you're struggling with something like that.
It seems like we all stand much more to lose if we don't get to the bottom of what we just saw.
I agree. Kota like pats your shoulder a little too aggressively, but like it's heartfelt. Oh yeah, you're tiny.
Yeah.
Smack.
1 point of
I'm like up
damage.
here. I'm kind of tall. I think I'm like 6'1".
So yeah, while that conversation is happening outside, inside the innkeeper, it's like trying to accommodate the growing crowd that is happening inside of his establishment. You can see that he's getting a little bit excited, but frazzled at the exact same time. Just, retail. He is trying to make sure that all of them are appeased. That the barmaids are tending to them, and he could see that he recalls the familiar faces of everything that happened, and he goes, just steps away and goes, "What happened? I mean, he's Ken's here," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here, Warren. I'm here." "Whoa, well, yeah." And he just like tries to hop over the bar, but he can't, so he just like goes around. "Whoa, you're crazy! What happened to you? You saved him?
Yeah, we fought a dragon. No, seriously, it was a big dragon. It was a dragon and some goblins and.
Is it just you guys are talking on the side? We're outside.
Yeah. You can come in.
We're back in.
We walk in. Ruckus, yeah.
There's no way. There's not been a dragon anywhere in these parts.
No, I'm telling you, man, it was a big old dragon. It had lightning breath. It was crazy.
Come on, this guy right here, he's pulling my leg.
Hey, what? Just because I'm small, I can't fight a dragon?
What?
Sorry, goblin. Not goblin. My halfling energy was coming out, and I. You know what? Do you have any cured meats or like? I'm going.
It's okay,
And
Montly. Here
you
you
find
go.
the barmaid to help you with the cured meats.
Trying to fly down there, all walking over.
Has that guy got a bolt loose?
Yeah, a little, but he's not lying. It was a dragonish type creature.
I told you.
He's strange, but he's not a liar.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense. What kind?
It was water and blue. It had some purple magics. Have you seen any like purple crests, kind of, or like purple magic-y things?
No, I don't know anything of that nature, but there is an alchemist in town. Maybe you could pay them a visit. And
Yeah.
they
What was his name or their name?
the name of the alchemist. I'm trying to remember. I believe her name is Gale. Gale, I believe, is her name.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't recall the last one. The name of the shop is called The Brood Adventurer.
All right. Thank you. That might help us figure out what's going on with this purple magic dragon-y scenario. We want to make sure the town and your tavern stays nice and safe.
Yeah, maybe tell the guard whenever you're on your way in to tell them of that. Warn maybe someone to get some help out there.
Does anybody sell cabbages?
Cabbages. Well, I am, kind of a seller of cabbages.
Would
Yes.
you say you're a cabbage merchant?
Well, some people might say that.
You don't.
I dabble in cabbage. I'm a cabbage dabbler.
Just take a look at those fields. One look and you're hooked.
I just
Your
you see those
cabbages.
cabbages and you can't turn away from them. And his little braided beard just shaking. No.
I'm so happy.
Oh, what am I doing? I have to go. Good to see you all.
Oh, what was your name one last time?
Oh, my name is Wern Brimbreath. Wern Brimbreath. Brimbreath. It's nice to meet all of you. Now I've got to go. Bye. No, yeah, sorry, I'm coming. And he just goes off.
Retail.
Yeah, retail.
Did I ever find
You hate to
anyone who
hate it.
sells that, or do they sell the cured meats?
They kind of go. I have cured meat, like for whenever I go home for lunch.
But you don't sell any, like, around here? No cured meats? No meat of any sort?
Probably the merchant in town. Philda goes, we have cured meats. If you need cured meats, we can get some in town. Are you hungry?
What? It's for a thing.
What?
Listen, end goal is to ride Fox into battle.
You're playing the
You're
scene.
befriending
I'm playing the
wolves.
scene.
like the-
Okay.
We're just a fishing rod.
It's more a Sure. We'll be sure to get you that cured meat when we get into town.
Right now is the menu like kimchi, coleslaw, like just
Yes, it is all the cabbage
Okay.
menu items you could possibly
A nice
think of.
cob.
Yeah, a nice slaw. Yeah,
A wedge.
all of that. Yeah,
wedge.
yeah.
A
There's a
wedge.
delicious wedge. You gotta try it.
Me and my question. Were we able to talk to Kim last time at all about what happened, or did we?
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
He was hijacked.
Yes.
On the way, his
He
cart
and his
that he was
wife were
taking.
waylaid. He was able to hold off this band of orcs because their main goal was to capture the cart. What it seems to be, anyways. So Philda was able to get away successfully in order to be able to warn everyone that this happened to her husband. Whenever you were asking him what he could recall, he just remembers them basically just ambushing them. The cart was pulled over to the side. He told her to run away, distracted them for a bit, and then he was knocked out. And the last thing that he could remember was him waking up bound and gagged with a whole bunch of hubbub happening.
And he doesn't have any of the purple indicators or anything like that.
No, he has no idea what those purple indicators meant
Okay, cool.
in any way. Yeah.
I want to go talk to Gail. Does anybody want to come talk to Gail with me?
Yes, that would
Yeah,
be stuff.
I'll
I want to
head
go
up
that way.
Yeah,
We're we
yeah.
also going to go to the
We'll
shop.
go to the merchants out on our way. We're
Okay.
gonna swing by the Brood Adventurer and say hi to Gail.
Mm-hmm.
Yas. So all of you are now heading on your way into town, sort of, kind of being led by Kem and Philda. just because they were wanting to take you to their establishment, their shop, so that they could reward each of you. You come up to the gates, or you're coming up to the gates, and you can see that they are manned by 2 guards on the base, 2 guards at these towers, and it's larger than what it looks like from afar. It stands maybe at about 20 feet high, maybe 25. It's a pretty decently sized city. It is a moving city, and as you pass through the gates, you can see that there's a lot of other people, just villagers, not tourists, but people that are not native to this city, moving in and about. There's the occasional cart and stuff.
Can I give on our walk up? Landon's aware, but for the rest of the characters, can Munnin do like a? Yeah, so I was there across the river the whole time. What do you know? Kind of like, can I be explaining to them who I am?
Sure.
Yeah. Like,
As
who's this guy?
you're like the one last out of the door, and everyone just kind of like wondering.
Was he with us the whole time? Yeah? Okay.
It's right across the river.
Oh.
I saw him fly
Kinda weird.
away.
You could've-
It checks out.
Okay.
And it is strange seeing a Kenku. Like as you are walking, both of you. So
I have my hood up.
Okay. Even so, just with your those that do pay mind to you, seeing your darker complexion, it is they're used to seeing like halflings or gnomes, something as short as you with darker complexion. It is something strange that catches their eye, maybe sometimes for a longer moment, and then they just let the moment pass. You don't see anyone paying too hard attention. But same with you,
Yeah,
seeing
I
a
figured
large
the beak and the
yes.
talons.
A large beak peeking out from underneath the hood. There's a lot of people that are kind of looking at you, and there's almost immediate judgment on you, as if you are some kind of scoundrel thief. That's what you're gathering from their looks, their knowing looks. As you are telling the group about everything.
Promise it was there.
Yes.
Come
Coming
is
in.
very invasive. So where do you come from?
Near here.
Near here? Where? I'm from this area too. So like
tell you.
general areas. I'd love to know. Maybe we know some of the same people.
If you knew the people that I knew, I wouldn't really.
Oh, dark and broody. I like it. Yeah.
I'm
Do you
one
know
of
any
those,
happy
I'm one of those.
Orin is thinking back about what the bugbear's final words were. Can I make an insight check to see if that event is what he thinks it is?
Okay, yeah.
So what do you do for fun?
That's a 17 insight.
Yeah.
Fly up,
The event that happened.
look
to
at the
bugbear.
moon, and
Yeah.
think
The moon is very pretty.
Yes.
about my family, how I can save them.
Oh yeah, are they captured or something? Oh.
As we're walking, I cast message to Landon.
Okay.
Cantrip, and I believe he can answer back.
Yeah.
If he wants to as well. And I say, what I told you happened to Torma and Perry. It happened to this bugbear, and I guess it's happening more and more. I know it's the same thing. We have to figure out what it is.
We're in
I can
conversation.
respond to that, right?
Listening to
Yeah.
They can't hear us.
Oh, so you're
They're in
out
their
of,
brain.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
it's
just
telepathic.
messaging
this.
telepathic.
I am also telepathic?
Yes.
Can that.
Wait, what?
Dude, I'll show you.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Wait,
y'all don't know.
You
so.
can just like jump
Eavesdrop?
into a message cantrip?
Telepathic.
I don't know if you can with the
Is
message
that-
cantrip.
yeah,
It's like
that-
the message
Because that's
is like
not
direct,
telepathy,
yeah.
right? It's a spell.
It's a direct line instead of like a.
Yeah. Point your finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message. And then the target and only the target hears the message, and they can reply in a whisper that only I can hear.
just gonna answer back.
Where is the telepath? Okay, here it is. So you awaken the ability to mental connect with others, granting the following benefits: increase your intelligence, blah, blah, blah. You can speak telepathically to any creature you can see within 60 feet. Your telepathic utterances are in a language you know. It doesn't give people the ability to respond telepathically. You can cast the detect thoughts spell. So it does not allow you to be able to hear that message happening between the two of them. But you can it's basically like you're casting message without them being able to respond back. So you can just talk to people, but it's as if there's a Bluetooth connection. He's the phone,
you would have
and
had
he's
to
the headphone.
decide
It's like the
for
Ghost
some
Boy's
reason
halfling,
to detect
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because you can cast detect thoughts.
Yeah, but I would have no. I mean, there's no physical component to you.
I
doing
point.
this.
I point.
Yeah,
at
he
him, but it can be
points.
pretty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, roll a sleight of hand check.
So where'd you get your broom from? That's neat.
I got an 8 sleight of hand.
Built it
Oh,
with
no.
feathers and bones.
no.
Passive perception.
Oh,
Other people are able to see that you made a pointing gesture towards
Okay.
people. Whether they want to take note of that or not, they can. Whatever.
Coda does that. That's very
start
crafty.
pointing.
I'd love to learn some of your techniques.
I'll answer back. Yeah, I picked up on that as well. I think as soon as we get to this other establishment, we should figure out a way to get help with those people.
Out loud, I say, "Chaos reigns." What do you think that meant?
Chaos
bugbears.
raining. Does the rain gesture?
Jesse.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty ominous to me. I don't know.
As y'all are making your way through the streets, you can see that Cam goes, "Oh, Captain! Whoa! We have something to tell you." You can see that he is making his way towards a large armored half-orc female. She has a purple skin tone, white braided hair that goes back into a ponytail. And she has a large great axe that is donned on her back. Some in armor that is slightly ornate in nature, but is more functional than anything. And you can see that she is trying to gain surveillance of everything that is going on. You can see that she is a little out of her element just because there's a larger capacity of people here because of this day, Zezveldin Day. And this is as y'all are nearing towards the market, the center square of this city. And she is trying to command these guards to go towards something. And as she catches sight of Kem yelling towards her, she just kind of gives them a command. They take off and goes, "Yes, Kem, what is it?" These people, they saved me from these. There's these goblins, these orcs that were on the outskirts. They can tell you. She looks over at each of you. Well,
Hi, what's your
speak.
name?
Yes. Well, my name is Captain Kel Brennan. I'm the captain of the Iron Lance, the guard that keeps track of all the goings about in the city, and I don't have much time. So
Can you spell her name?
it is Kel, Q-E-L.
I was way off.
I was looking.
Yeah. Q-E-L.
Thought she liked
Last name is Brennan. Brinin. Captain Kel
Yeah,
Brennan.
that part I got right, so that's cool. You said that she was the captain of the guard, here? Okay.
The Iron
She
Lance.
doesn't have a lot of time.
I duck a little bit more under my cowl and kind of shuffle toward the back of the group.
Sure.
Hello, nice to meet you. I am Coda. This is our traveling party. We did save Kem from some orcs and some bugbears and a watery dragon type thing. We're not too sure what it was, but theirs was some purple glowing magic and some purple eyes. Have you heard reports of that at all?
What is that? That's true.
Yeah.
All of you can. And Kem goes, "Yes, it's 100% true." She goes, "I don't have time for this. I'm already understaffed as it is with the Thane giving a speech in the square here in a while. I don't have much time."
Would you be free tomorrow, maybe? We could have a discussion then.
Potentially, if this city
you
still
pencil us
isn't
in?
overrun by people who don't belong here.
I'm sorry. We'll be on our way shortly. We're just trying to make sure everybody's very
Wait,
safe.
you say that you destroyed a dragon.
Type thing.
Dragon type thing. That
There we go.
works for me.
Okay.
I am in need of assistance. I need someone to. I can't believe I am relying on outsiders. But
Very
if
well.
Kim can vouch for you, and Felda goes, and I can too. I'm still here. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Felda.
Did it, Felda?
Yes, apologies. I will pay to have the Thane protected by all of you. Could you?
Hey,
Yes, pay. And who?
No,
He's with us.
No, we're fine. We're good.
I
What did you need? What did you need protected? The thing?
The Thane, Bron Bracken.
The Thane.
You know of Bron Bracken. He's the Thane of Rorathel,
Okay.
the leader. You must not be from around here,
No,
which
I'm sorry, we're outsiders. Like you said earlier, we
That's-
really apologize.
that's just great. The
Friends.
announcement is supposed to happen slightly after noon today. If you could please meet me at noon in the square before this announcement is supposed to happen with the Thane, that would be very well appreciated. I would pay you to be able to do this. Of course, that would happen after the event, after a successful speech. I will pay up front, of course, but the rest of the payment is going to follow afterwards, and I expect you to be there.
What time is it right now?
It is maybe 2 hours before noon.
Oh, 10 a.m.
Now, I must really see to my guard because they seem to be everywhere.
Of
Good
course,
day.
No worries. We'll
Good
see
day.
You we'll see you at noon in the square.
Yep, and she
Finger
heads on.
guns.
She gives those a weird, confused glance as she
Yes.
walks off.
She's
Uh,
cute.
Wow. Kim goes,
Landon looking at you the whole time.
wow, hired by Captain Kell. That's amazing. I've never seen that happen before. She must really be in a bit of a bind. But
Or she
let's.
just liked us.
Nah, she's in a bit of a bind. Let's go ahead and head on to our shop. And so it is right this way. It's right over here. And so you can see that there is a sort of a one-storied house. It's kind of dilapidated. It seems to be smushed between these two-story houses, but you can see that there is a sign that is hanging outside of it, and it just has a iron pot, just like the decal of an iron pot that's just swinging on two chains and a pole bolted to the edge. And make your way
What did you
inside.
say it was called?
Probably the iron pot.
The
Is this the Wilby's shop?
or the brood
yes,
bench.
yes.
Oh.
Wait. I do have it.
Huh?
If I can find it.
The brooded?
No, we're at the Wilby's
Oh,
kind
okay.
of general store, I think.
Oh, here. It's right here. Oh yeah. Sorry. The homestead. That's just what it's called. So yeah, all of you enter into this place and go, welcome. Oh my goodness. Father, why didn't you take care of this place better? And you can see there's this guy that's just like sitting in a chair, just kind of craned down and like, I watched after the place. There were a lot of people that were coming in here. There's like big bushy brows, human. Big gray bushy brows that kind of like cover his entire eyes. And he's just kind of has like a squinty face. This tuft of just white hair going around the edge. Big ears, kind of a bigger nose. And he just has this like green tunic that's just kind of unbuttoned where his kind of belly is just peeking out from it as he's just squatted down on this stool, and he's like has a cane that he's leaning on, and it's like, there were some people that tried to come in here and tried to steal things, and I kept them out of here, so you can be grateful to me. And he's like, yeah. So sorry. I apologize. And you can see that Ken is trying to pick everything up inside of the shop. One moment. I'll be back with your reward.
Philip
Philip
tries to help clean up stuff too while they're waiting.
and
They're
Philip
like,
goes, no. He can do that. And you can see that she is like grabbing the stuff, and she's like, it's his mess. He can clean it. As she is grabbing all of these things and setting them aside, she goes, thank you. everyone, again, so much for saving us. And not only my husband, but me as well. You've done such a great service to us, and we really couldn't thank you enough. And he goes, here it is, and he comes out with just the curtain that leads to the back. He comes out, and there's a coin purse that has 250 gold pieces. It sets it on the counter. You could see there's 2 vials that are clinking against each other. He sets those down. 2 potions of healing. And you could see that there is a 5-ounce thing of core that he sets down on the counter as well. It's worth about half an ounce. Sorry, half an ounce of core, worth about 30 gold pieces.
With a side of gold, I begin to kind of like froth at the mouth, holding everything I can against. Get gold. Do you guys mind if I take
I'm gonna
this?
grab his collar and just kind of hold it.
And then, or up in the air, I'm just kind of like running.
I'll flick him a gold piece.
And the old guy goes, "Whoa! What's that wolf? What's that wolf doing in here?"
Don't worry about him. He's okay. He's very well trained.
He's a service animal.
Oh, okay, that's fine. And he just kind of like sits down back on the stool, not really doing anything. Just kind of occupying his space, just like watching as everything is going on. Philda goes, rolls her eyes, and is like, "Yes. Well, I would say, go ahead and take a visit to the inn. That's a great place to rest, to kind of bide time until the event. It's going to be starting soon, and a lot of the townspeople and those outside of Rorethel are gathering for the main event. And this is a very special event. It's the 200th anniversary of Zezveldin Day.
Of what?
Zezveldin Day. It's Zezveldin.
Ah, a big event. Surely nothing terrible's going to happen.
Go knock on wood, Montly.
So yeah.
So do we want to like split all this, or like kind of like?
We'll come back to it.
Take-
We'll split it. I'm sure.
Well, I mean,
I think our fighters should probably get the potions of healing, right?
yeah, I mean that's good. That's cool. I'm just worried about one thing.
Or
Sure.
or the squishers. I don't know. The squishies. So I have some health.
Oh yeah, I would think. Well,
I need
hold on,
like a
hold on.
communal bag of holding.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
We'll get on that soon.
37.
Maybe
Yeah,
the
we
alchemist
have
will
pretty
have a
high
spare
hit
bag of
points.
holding.
All of y'all
I
have
think-
pretty high hit points.
We
Yeah.
do, yeah.
We need like a
I
communal.
mean, maybe,
Well,
maybe just to
maybe
ward
Gale
off
has
any
one.
bad. Need
Well,
Yeah,
a
probably.
potion of healing.
one of the things that I wanted to do, and this is obviously off the top, yeah, out of game. I wanted to have stuff like this on Fox so that he could run around and like, hand those
cool.
out during battle if we need to.
Oh,
We haven't really talked about that yet,
Saddlebags.
but yeah. So if that's
I like
something we want to
this.
do, we can do that.
Maybe there's a leather worker in town who could make some little pockets.
I like it.
And if you get service animal put on it, get a certification, then he can go into towns. And then, yeah.
I love that.
All
He's
the
your service dog.
you and all that you could tell as Fox was making their way through town. Most times, wolves are met with hostility, but there is a warmth to Fox's snowy fur that kind of attracts some pats from people that are passing by in the streets, and Fox just eats those pats up.
Yeah, good boy.
Yep,
That's fun.
good boy. That's a good boy.
Is there a leather worker in town?
Yes, there is. It's on the more difficult. It's on the bad side of town, is what she's trying to say.
Sure.
I wasn't going to say that, but sure. The bad side of town.
What's it called?
Where?
The
What?
shop?
Which? North, south, east, west? What?
The bad side of town is located on the northern side of Rorethel. It's where Rorethel got its start. It's mainly dwarven buildings that have kind of become disheveled and run down over time, over the many years that they have been standing, and it is very, very cramped, and it's almost inhospitable. It's very sad to see. It's a shame! It's a shame is what it is! And there's all kinds of bad people over there. You better watch yourself.
What's Grandpa's name?
Grandpa Joe.
Nice. Cool. I love Grampy Joe.
Yeah, Joe Wilby.
Joe will be.
Do you know what the leather shop's name is? Or who works there? Somebody we can ask for as we get closer to it? I'm a name person.
Yes,
and
of
I'm
course.
obnoxious about it.
It's called the Boiled Inn.
Nice.
Gets its namestay from its origin being an inn.
Nice.
Yeah, it was converted into a leatherworking shop.
Awesome. Great.
Crazy.
Thank you so much. Which direction is the alchemist shop, the Brood Adventurer? We have a little bit of time. We have about 2 hours before the square ceremony.
Yes,
right?
of course. It's going to be on the northern side of this section of Rorathel, this southern
okay.
section.
Not the bad side. Almost there? Not
Yes,
quite.
yeah.
On the border.
It's right at the western gate.
Ah,
You'll
excellent.
see it. You can't miss it. There is a big, giant pot sitting on top of it
Nice.
that is just billowing out who knows what into the air. I've tried to take it up with the captain, but Kel seems to be more occupied with other things.
Do you have like an environmental community that works together to prevent any?
Actually, yes, we do. Yes, the Merchants Guild does a really great job at trying to keep environmentally friendly, ecotistic establishments and workings in the city to make sure that everything is up to code. Yes,
Oh.
they don't care about that. They gotta get out of here. Why are you taking up all their time?
Kota cares.
By the way, I got a great story about the environment. Once upon a time, and he just starts going into his. Yeah.
Bye, Grumpy Joe. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank you for
what?
your hospitality.
Oh, bye. Y'all have a good
Thank
day.
you, Ken. Thank you.
I'm
Nova.
sitting listening to his
Yes,
story
thank you.
intently.
Come on, we gotta go.
Okay.
I'll say Fox fetch and he'll go and grab it.
Fox just out of the door. All of you come out onto the town square. You can see that it's almost completely different from where you just saw it. There's a lot of activity that is happening on the square and the marketplace that is on the northern side of this square. Sitting in the center of town, and you can see that there is a statue that is sitting in the center of a fountain, sitting in the center of the square, and it is a very handsome-looking half-elf that is holding a brandished sword up into the air and just pointed towards the sky. So yes, where would y'all like to go?
The Brood
The
Adventurer.
Brood Adventurers.
The Brood
around
We're gonna go
Washington.
hang out with Gale.
Okay, so you all make your way over to the Brood Adventure, going through the streets. Yeah, nothing seemingly out of the ordinary happens. You notice that there is a larger ratio of people to guards as you're making your way through town. You get to the Brood Adventurer. You can see that it is, instead of a door, it is just like a beaded curtain. And right behind that, there's a cloth. And so you make your way in. There's incense that is brewing inside of this place. It's almost like a haze. You feel this warmth that is juxtaposed to the already warm air outside. It's hot and humid, but there's obviously been some things happening inside of here. And you, as you make your way in, you hear a happening behind in the back area of this place.
Kota would walk up to the counter and like knock on it.
Mm.
Hello.
You hear a, huh? just hello?
Hi. You have customers. No, don't worry. Take your time.
I do a perfect impression of Kelbrin using my mimicry skill. And as Kelbrin, I say, "You need to make your way out here at once."
Kota like turns and is like,
Wow.
Would they recognize Kelbrennan's voice? Is that
Yeah.
okay?
So you're just a second. And there's just this like large bespectacled lady with frizzled gray hair, just kind of like pooping out, and you can see that there's a bandana that has like marked with sweat on the top of it. That is like peeked down, and her eyes are just kind of huge through these almost binocular like lenses on the front of her face. And there's her teeth are kind of like crooked in all which way. She's a human, but she has really skinny, dainty hands that are like burnt in places and on her arm and stuff. And you can see that there is black smoke that is around her like her spectacles. And she like raises these huge glasses, and there's just these raccoon eyes that are behind it. And, oh, wait, who is Kim here?
Kim? No?
No,
just missed him.
He sent us. He's back at his shop. He just sent us ahead to go ahead and ask you a couple questions we have.
Oh. Then okay. Let me get my affairs in order. Okay. No. Okay. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Go. You can. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So we actually had a bit of an encounter with some magic-y type things that I was hoping that
A magic key?
A
magic key?
Magic-ish, like
magical
in nature.
type-
Magic adjacent.
Yes, magic adjacent.
Magic properties.
Oh.
You took the
Oh.
hood down.
Okay, no magic key. Sorry, that's what I needed. Sorry, continue.
But there was this purple magic that has been kind of possessing people with like a arcanic crest, brand, burn, something.
Oh.
Have you heard any reports of these?
Oh my! And she just like ducks down, and you hear some like boom, 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 oh man! Just wow. And there's just this huge tome. You can see that the leather that is bound is really cracked and dry. There's maybe some cuts and markings on the outside you could barely gather as she just slams it down. Just
Want some water? Kota offers water.
yeah, just takes the water skin and she's like coughing on the water.
When the splash.
Kota like wipes off the lid.
I am a mess.
It's okay, take your time. Good.
She's like, I just haven't had customers in a long time.
You're fine. It's fine.
Okay. Purple. She like lifts her spectacles up to see what's on the book. Yeah. Do you remember? Were there any kind of markings of any kind?
Yes.
Was it anything like this? She tries to turn it with one hand. She just. Wait. She makes a strength check. She rolled an 11, so she does. It looks exactly like the mark that you saw on the net.
What mark is this? What mark is this? Is that,
Yes, it did look like that.
Oh, I don't understand the language on this book. It is very old, very, very old. Ancient even.
do you know who would?
There's some trace of this, some origin of this. But I've only read it in a. You're gonna laugh at me.
No, we
You're gonna.
won't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're helping so much. We really, like, this is our biggest lead. We appreciate you so much. You're integral to our entire operation.
I'm integral to
You're
your
integral.
operation.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Kota's like tearing up with her.
You guys are great. You're the best friends I've ever had. Well, it comes from a storybook.
Okay. Okay.
It's and it's only mentioned a little bit. It's this place called the Sunken Library of Zelkanor. Zelkanor the Wise.
How do you spell Zelkanor?
Zelkinnor. If I remember correctly. Oh goodness, my memory is just awful these days.
No, I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, you're so nice. You're just
so
amazing.
nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, maybe they could know. Maybe I could transcribe the language that is within this book. They could point us in the right direction. Maybe I don't know.
Would you do that?
Or could we borrow this book? Or could we make a copy of it?
To be fair, it's not doing you much good since you can't really read it.
No, he doesn't. Landon, how about you go see Fox? No, tales are so helpful, and we really appreciate you and everything that you're doing. Could we make a copy of that, or did you really want to come with us? But I know that your shop.
No.
I know your shop is very.
It's very busy. We're
Yeah.
very busy.
Obviously.
You look around. There's no
Customers that
one
you
here.
have inside here.
There's no one here. Juxtaposed to how crazy it is outside, there's no one in here. Very, very busy. I couldn't dream of stepping outside of this shop.
Oh,
No.
Of course. Could we borrow the book, or could we make a copy of it?
We could pay you if necessary.
Oh yeah, of course.
Or you could come along with us.
No, that's fine. I've never. Wow, you're extraordinary. And you.
Thanks, I get that quite a bit.
She's like
actually.
stepping out from behind the cabinet. You must be a Kenku. Oh, I've never seen a kind like yours. Do you mind if I ask? And please tell me if this is too forward, but where do you come from?
Passerine Pass.
That is so cool.
You can tell the shopkeeper that, but you can't tell us.
No, he has a point actually.
I did ask that earlier. You just
You
said
have a
here.
So we're more friends than these people?
Understand a little bit more about what Kinkus from Passerine Pass have specifically dealt with.
So, this is going to be possibly very rude, but is it true that y'all originate from... Is it? Am I being rude?
To my
She just
knowledge.
Yes.
No, it's okay.
I won't pry. No, that's too much for me. So, and she's stepping around. You said you might be willing to pay for this
Yeah.
thing.
Uh-huh. Also, do you happen to have a bag of holding that we could also purchase?
No.
Oh.
What about spell components? I actually kind of need some more spell components. And at the same time, I'm also messing with random stuff.
Don't, please, no, please stop. Please. No.
Oddly, hold your hands.
Spell components, though.
I might have some things available. Some things. Maybe and maybe not.
Can I make an insight check looking around the shop,
Go ahead,
seeing
yeah.
how empty it is?
Yeah, insight check.
What number is she looking for?
Okay, yeah,
What
go
would
ahead.
what's the low end of what she'd like to be paid? Oh, wait, I don't know what I'm doing
For someone that runs a shop, you really don't seem to be about selling things.
too. Insight. Was that insight?
Yeah.
24.
Charisma 8.
She would be happy with a silver piece.
Kota will give her a gold. For your extra cooperation.
You could tell she's trying to fight tears, surprise, trying to save face, and she just kind of just slowly reaches for it. I guess this will do.
Oh, of
At
course.
this point, who knows?
She's just kind of like, yeah. She just puts it in her pocket, and you can just see that she just keeps one hand on her pocket, like making sure that the coin is still there, that it's not like going to disappear or anything, any kind of enchantment on it. So yes, the book is yours.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Do you happen to know where we might be able to find a bag of holding?
Definitely not around here.
Great.
I don't think she gets out much.
I think she has a lovely shop. Thank you so
The
much.
weird bearded guy's right. I don't. Get out.
I'll carry the book.
What about the spell components?
I want
I
to see
have-
the page. I want to see the page again.
Yes. We have some things. I
Should
mean,
make
what
copies of
are
that
you looking
page,
for?
just in case
Anything
something happens.
specific?
Yeah, and I pull out the list, and it's like as I open it, it just kind of like falls each page, like folding down. Yeah, I need just a little bit of fleece actually.
What was? She's like looking at the extremity of the list. Did you say feces?
A little bit of fleece, like
Fleece?
clothes, like.
Sure. I can find some of that. Yes. Hold
What
on.
about like a twig that got struck by lightning of a tree, like a tree that got struck by lightning? I need it for a spell.
I know I don't have that, but I could put that on my list of things that I can ask the person that I.
No, it's really fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's cool.
As I'm searching to
Are you
find
outside?
the page
Huh?
again
Are
of
you
the
outside?
book,
Yeah.
No, I'm in there.
what does the symbol look like?
It.
Was on
Here.
I was gonna say, you know where you might have been able to find the stick struck by lightning? The water dragon that rose the. Or that, yeah.
Too soon.
Roughly,
There it is.
and there it is.
Okay.
It almost looks like the beginning of a baby elephant. The trunk and the ears. Little hair's coming out.
Dang it! You found them. You figured out the MacGuffin of
And
the
the campaign's
whole
over.
thing.
Find the elephant.
Find the elephant. Save the world. So yes, that's the marking that you saw.
And the language. I do not.
You
I
have
know.
no
Does
recollection of
anybody
it.
know it? Y'all look at it.
No, no one has any kind of recollection of what that is.
Dang it. That's okay. Thank you so much, Gail. You've been
Yes.
incredibly helpful.
No, guys, of course. Thank you guys so much. You have no idea. Her spectacles are like bouncing on her nose. You have no idea how much this means to me. Wow, this is a Dear Diary moment for
And I'm
sure.
I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so
enjoy
much.
Zelvin's day.
Charisma 8.
Yes,
He's not great.
Happy Zezveldin.
That's how everything is.
Zelvin's day.
As all of you make your way into the market, it is nearing the time of the speech. The sun is nearing towards noonday. Is there anything that y'all wanted to do before that time?
I wanted to go ahead of time and like scout out the area and see like if we can get some tactical advantages and all
Sure,
that kind of stuff. you know?
sure.
I already called the roof.
We'll get there.
In my brain.
Yeah.
So
Shotgun.
there is just scouting out. Wait, before we do that, we are going to take a brief 10-minute intermission for those that are still with us and need to go to the men's/ladies room. Yeah, we're just going to take a brief 10-minute break. And I also want to give a shout out to Andrew, who's working crew. Step into the camera, Andrew!
Golf clap, everybody.
Golf clap, golf clap, golf clap. And there he is.
Yeah.
What a
Andrew and the
handsome
Fuzz.
man.
Whoa! Okay, now we are going to step away for a brief 5 to 10 minute intermission. We will be right back. Yeah, enjoy your break. We'll be back. And we're back! So, we have just left the Brood Adventurer. We are out in the interworkings, the network of hubbub that is Rorathel right now. The activity, the place is electric with excitement. All of the people that are around, they are interacting with one another. They're conversing with each other. The people that they came with to Rorathel to celebrate this day. And it is maybe 30 minutes, maybe 15 minutes towards noon, or even a little after noon time. So it's nearing the time of the expected speech that is supposed to happen from the Thane. Is there anything that y'all would like to do? You'd like to peruse, survey?
Where are we at on the map?
Currently, y'all are on the north side of town. Aki.
Okay.
Roundabouts right here.
We already checked in with Captain Kell.
Yes. No, you have not checked in with Captain Kell yet.
We should go do that. Find her.
Cool. So all of you make your way over to the center of the market. Making your way through, you can smell all of these different spices, these foods. There are different kind of fabric merchants that are selling their wares in the middle of town. It seems like they've just set up shop and are just selling things just through the excitement of today. And you make your way towards the fountain, and you could see that Captain Kelbrennan is next to this sort of a makeshift platform with two ends, I guess, backstage, offstage areas, but there is no back. It is just complete, just these two towers and then a stage in the middle. So where you could see the fountain from the opposite side of the stage. And you can see that she is trying to disperse her men in an even manner in this marketplace area, and you can see that there are people that are gathering towards the stage. They're getting excited. They're electric. Everyone's a buzz, and you can see you near Captain Kell, and she kind of like catches eyes with all of you. She goes, "Yes, thank you. I need you, all of you, next to the king. This stays between us. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I can believe all of you."
We're very trustworthy.
That's
Most of us.
great to
I
hear.
mean, all of us.
Sure. The jury's still out with that one.
Fair enough.
But I sent out my best soldiers half a 10-day ago, and I haven't received them back. And that is a little bit of the cause of my concern for today, and why I am a bit short-handed, and why I am having to rely on outside help.
Where did you send them?
Let's get through this.
I bet it was west of town.
Let's get through this.
Are you sure it's not the north side?
Everyone, if you could stay close, maybe interspersed within the crowd, but stay close to the stage.
I
Yes.
do better at a height. With the I point to my bow.
She's looking around.
Second that as well.
There doesn't seem to be any kind of ranged area, or it doesn't seem to be any kind of height advantage, any kind of buildings that are nearby. Anything that would offer, I guess, sufficient range to where the staged area is.
Stage itself, how high is it up?
It stands maybe about a foot off the ground. It's
Oh.
nothing tall.
Okay.
So she recommends maybe staying on that outskirts, or maybe further out into the crowd itself, so that you are still close enough to the Thane. If there needs to be any movement with the Thane, you could assist. But staying far enough out to where your ranged effects are useful. Do you agree, or do you want to try to go against that?
I'll listen to her. She's pretty.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna have Wolf kind of just like make a perimeter and kind of. Yeah, I said. Yeah.
It gets so confusing. It's
both. It's not like it's my animal, right?
Named the wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I'll have Fox circle around the perimeter just to make sure everything's okay. If there's anybody that tries to bolt away, make sure he runs after them. And then I'm gonna kind of do the same thing, like within the crowd, just kind of like go through and just kind of listen and kind of pay attention to what people are doing and watching for anything that was suspicious.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sounds good. Wolf isn't necessarily getting a bead on anything suspicious or any kind of strange activity. Fox.
That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Oh no! It started. It's begun. I know. I'm gonna look back at this and be like, "Dang, I still do that." Fox didn't get a beat on anything.
I also meant
necessarily.
like while this is happening. Like
Yes. While everything is happening.
Yeah.
So as it is nearing the time of the speech that is going to happen by the Thane, the captain stands up onto the stage and is trying to gather everyone's attention in the crowd. And you can see that the crowd hushes down and steps aside to a sort of a presenter, a speaker in this very nice tunic. It's very bright and green. And he goes, "Citizens of Rorethel and all of those that have made the journey here, we thank you so much for gathering here in this presence in what is a tremendous and amazing day. And I want to introduce to you our very own leader, the High Thane, the ruler of Rorethel, the one and only man himself. Let me get my piece of paper. The one and only man himself, Bron Bracken, the Thane of Rorethel." And you can everyone has started to clap and cheer, and this is something that is not necessarily seen just from this interaction. It seems as though the Thane doesn't necessarily present himself in a public setting very often. So there's a lot of kids that are like getting up on their parents' shoulders, and all mix of races and kind. He is a larger man, and he is standing on the stage. He has this dark beard. He wears an adornment on his head, but it doesn't necessarily look like a crown, more of like just a band that wraps around his head of iron. And he kind of like asks the audience to like die down or quell their applause and goes, Thank you so much. It's quite an honor to be here, standing here, to welcome in the 200th anniversary of Zezveldin Day. And everyone cheers and lets out an applause, and he goes, yes, well, yes, this day is quite a momentous occasion. Zezveldin, standing behind me, just makes a gesture towards the statue that is standing on the fountain behind him. He is a beacon of hope, is he not? One of reconciliation, of justice, bringing down the Iron Syndicate that led the Eldrian Purge, that scourge of an organization. No more! And there's another swell of applause. Yes! Yes. Thank you. Zezveldin Duran. He went to those mountains. You can see that he's pointing off in the distance. There are two giant red mountains that stand off towards the east of Rorethel. They're towering high. All of you are familiar with these. They're called the Twin Hearts. And they are red in juxtaposed to the green of the vast lands surrounding it. And very strange that there are two large mountains surrounded by just a lot of vast land around it. It was there that he took down their leader, Risweld, brought him down. And it is rumored that that is why there is a site called the Scar that extends off the east of those twin hearts. Yes. His mighty sword brought down their leader, sent them into hiding, cowering, and bringing justice and peace to everyone, and a symbol and a beacon of hope. And you can see, as all of you are looking around, as the crowd is cheering, you can see that there's more and more of a crowd that is gathering around. It is kind of getting hard to tell the difference between the guard that has arrived and is trying to protect this place and all of you as well. And he goes, yes, and this is just the beginning. 200 years is a marking point for what the world can become whenever everyone comes together in peace and harmony. So, I raise a toast. And he gestures over to the person that announced him before, hands him a goblet, and you could hear that there's like this murmuring that's happening out in the audience. There's like happening as he is grabbing the goblet.
I don't feel like you should.
To Zezveldin Day. Hear! And everyone just hear, and you hear a scream happen off in the distance towards the eastern side, the back of this place. And you hear yells and shouts of Goblin! Orange!
Hey, whoa,
Orange!
hey.
Fox and I are running that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hear it happen in that direction, then you hear it happen in another direction, and then another, and you could hear that there are screams that are happening in these areas, and there's a crowd that is starting to amass. You could see that the Thane is getting wide-eyed and scared. There's this flurry of activity that is happening, and everyone is starting to move in a massive mob. No one's able to figure out where they need to go. Yes. Were you wanting to do something?
Okay. How aware am I of where Kota is? And how difficult is the crowd to move through?
So you are maybe 30 feet, or all of you are spaced out maybe 30 feet apart from each other.
Okay. I make my way to Kota.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I have my broom.
Okay.
I'm like, I saw you with the bow and arrow when we were fighting the dragon thing.
Yeah.
And I just think that if you had a clear shot, you could probably maybe help out in this situation. So I know this is weird because I'm kind of a loner, but like, do you want to ride on the broom with me?
Yes.
Then, okay.
So as all of this is happening, the Thane is being ushered off of the stage, and the captain Kel is pulling him off the stage. As all of these people y'all are barely able to hear each other over all of the screaming and the pushing. There's so much activity that is happening, and you see that there is a goblin that like jumps out of the brush and like stabs one person to the ground and like pulls up, and their blade is just slick with blood. The captain pulls the Thane aside and brandishes her great axe and just slams it into the ground, and it just chops right into the goblin, pins the goblin to the ground, and pulls it up out of the stonework, the dirt underneath, and the goblin is just a cleaved piece. And she puts it on her back and she goes, "We need to run now!" And she points off towards the southwest. "We need to take the Thane to safety, quick! We need to go to the Iron Lance." And she points off, gestures off, and quickly, we need to guide him, and ushers all of you off towards that direction. So all of
his
you
head, like shove it down low as we're like running.
Gotcha. So you do as all of you are moving sort of in a group, but y'all are both wanting to get on that broom, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Broom.
So the broom can successfully carry both of you. The height of which is, I know that it can carry up to a certain load. I know that.
400 pounds. Flying speed becomes 30 feet while carrying over 200 pounds.
Yes. So the flying speed, you are still able to get some height on the broom. So as everyone is running towards the west, all of you are just trying to find some place where there is cover, where there are buildings. So you head off into the tents towards the west. And you're seeing that all of these tents are like being thrown down, and you're having to dodge out of the way as you're moving through and jumping over these tents. Everyone go ahead and roll a dexterity check while both of you are going up. As all of you are rolling a dexterity check, y'all don't have to because y'all are ascending into the air.
Can we go at like a diagonal?
Yes, so y'all are following above them as you are moving around.
Just flat
They
You
said I would never use Pythagoras theorem.
as y'all are ascending into the air, you are seeing just chaos. It just looks like a sea of people moving about, each domino affecting into each other and pushing and pulling against each other. But you could see that there are almost like droplets of soap in oil that's sitting on the surface of water outside of the spread of goblins, orcs, bugbears. And you could see that there is some kind of undead creatures that they're also trying to run away from. And all of these are surrounding the entire square. And it's almost as if they're corralling everyone towards a general direction, but not necessarily. It's just as if the entire square is surrounded, except in the direction that everyone is heading, off towards those tents. It just seems like everywhere outside of those tents towards the west. Dexterity rolls?
16.
16?
15.
15?
6 for me, 15 for Fox.
Gotcha. So as you're moving around, you trip over a tent, and you feel something grab at your leg, and it is a goblin that has its sword bared and is ready to attack you.
I'll pull out Bonnie and shoot.
Okay, yeah. You do so. Go ahead and roll an attack with disadvantage. With Bonnie, yes. So it would be a disadvantage.
Okay. Not great. 13.
Everyone hears a loud ringing shot as this a crack come from behind them. It's familiar to you. Not the sound of gunfire, but the sound of what Landon was using in the battle previous with the dragonoid creature off to the west. Everyone turns around and sees the slump of something fall off of him that was gripped onto his leg, just slumped to the ground. You successfully killed the beast. And you're able to continue with everyone, and Wolf kind of like bares its fangs and then continues running with everyone as all of you take off and you're heading off towards the west. Do you want to stay within the alleyways of the buildings or on your brooms? Just because you could see that they are now heading towards the alleyways of these 2-story tall buildings. They're standing maybe about 15 to 20 feet tall. 15 feet tall.
Can I be like picking off goblins while we go too?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I would imagine I'm still here like
Yeah,
picking
yeah.
them off while we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't hit Molly.
Oh yeah, no, I know Montly. Don't worry. I'm
You're a
like, Montly, put on
jingling
the hat.
Old cat collar.
I say we do. We travel in that direction, but not do like the Death Star thing where we're like flying through the. Like I'd like to stay above.
Okay, yeah,
the-
yeah.
Yeah, like
Just above the surface.
Like, so we can
Sure.
like watch them run, but we can also still see like a good periphery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds great. So, all of you, you're aiming your bow at everyone as Munnin is driving, and you are just hitting goblin after goblin. You're seeing them spin off the side. As all of you are down there, like Orryn, you're seeing this goblin come towards you, and then an arrow just takes it down, and you're just, whoa, and you look up and see that there's Munnin and Kota that are mounted on the broom above you, and just kind of, yeah, this is
like
something
Kota's
you...
riding, like we're riding back to back.
Yes,
And
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like you're like on it, and then I'm like on the back, just like
Yes. So all of you are moving through these streets as all of these other creatures are trying to attack towards you. You can see that the captain is like swinging at beasts that are coming at him with the great axe. You're shooting at those that get close enough to where you're able to pick them off from a distance, and they're just falling down. Everyone, go ahead and roll a acrobatics check.
even us on the broom.
No, y'all are still fine.
Yeah.
Because you
We're on the
because you are backwards, trying to hold yourself up against Munnin, go ahead and roll a dexterity check because you are not using your hands to right yourself on the broom. You are using Munnin's back to prop yourself up, but it's still a little difficult. Acrobatics checks.
18.
Dirty 20.
18, dirty 20.
All natural, grass-fed 1.
Free range.
Free range.
Oh.
I got a dirty 20.
Oh, dirty 20, okay. So you feel yourself wobble from the turn of one of the the party rounding a corner, but you like right yourself. You hold your bow in one hand and right yourself with your other. And as y'all are hurdling a barrel that falls over, all of you are able to go around it. And as that barrel comes tumbling out, everyone is able to clear it except for Orryn. Orryn just kind of boom, just slams right into it and falls down onto the ground.
Do I need to roll for box too?
Yes.
Sorry. Natural 20. So.
Oh. Just a natural 20.
And runs on the side.
Bump into the barrel. That barrel like rolls off into the distance, and there is a bugbear that comes out with a mace, just a morning star, and looks over, just and it's coming at you. It is going to roll for an attack.
Oh.
It got a 13.
Does not hit.
It does not hit. So it slams its morning star down, and it just it cracks the stone underneath it as you split your legs, and you just like look up at it. What do you want to do?
I use one of my darts to try to shoot it.
Okay, you hold your hand up and you try to shoot your dart at it. Go ahead and roll an attack with disadvantage because it is close range.
Okay, the disadvantage roll is oh gosh, what is it? My attack bonus is so 14.
A 14. That dart just it launches off. It grazes right past its cheek, but it kind of dodges out of the way. You can see that dart just like flings off into the distance, kind of clatters up against the edge of a building.
Can I try to run through his legs?
Go ahead and make a dexterity check. Yes.
Okay.
Can I shoot it?
Yeah. Go,
I try
you
to shoot
you go ahead
it.
and make a pick shot at it because you were able to see it at top. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Dexterity.
Yes, dex.
18.
You are able to. The morning star just. You're able to skirt in between its legs, and it just and try to look at you going underneath between its legs, and you skirt out, and you're starting to run away from it, and it just turns around at you and just and it's starting to charge at you as you're catching up with the rest of the group.
I got a 16.
You got a 16.
Doesn't
It hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Picturing the troll and the hobbits.
Yeah.
I am going to use a superiority die to taunt it to try to draw its attention away from you.
Okay. Cool.
It does an extra d8 of damage, and then it has to make a wisdom save.
Okay. To
like,
not be.
to follow me.
Yes. Gotcha.
That is going to be 25 damage.
Okay, and he rolled a 5 on wisdom save, so he is taunted. That 25 damage, he is definitely in a bloody state. It slams into from its shoulder down into its sternum, and it looks it's having to look up just because of the pain that shot down its neck, and it's looking up at you, and it reaches off of the spear that is mounted on its back, and it tries to throw that pole arm up at you. That pole arm just woof, and Munnin, you see the spear just whoosh, just like launch up into the air, and it arcs and it sticks into the roof of a building as both of you are flying by. And that bugbear is falling behind. It's trying to run, but that arrow that is stuck in it is just kind of like dazed and confused. It's not able to catch up with you. You're able to catch up with the rest of the group. Right. You're kind of trailing behind, but you're able to successfully dodge that interaction. As all of you are running, there is... You can see that the captain is in the front and like turns around to check to make sure that everyone is doing all right. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, there is a mouth that just grabs onto her arm and pulls it off to the side. You can see that it pulls it off into an alleyway, and she's gone. Like you can see that the thane that is right behind her just stops and just looks And he starts to try to like back away, but he doesn't see where necessarily he saw that she went off in an alleyway, but doesn't dare to look back. He just like backs up towards the group, and all of you kind of like pause behind him as he's like backing up into this alleyway.
we see anything?
Y'all fly and y'all are rounding that edge, and you could see that there's an ogre that has just clomped down with its mouth onto Kel's left arm, and you can see that her entire left arm is just submerged in its mouth, and she is trying to reach for her great axe. As she,
I shoot it.
okay, go ahead and roll an
Yeah, I
attack.
want to shoot it too. Yeah.
She turns as you are trying to shoot at it, and as you're aiming your weapon, she turns to all of you and she goes, "Forget me! Take him to the keep!" And you can see that there are 2 guards that are coming towards everyone. Yeah.
Can you drop me on a roof and then grab him on the broom
I like
and
that.
like go
Yeah.
away, like fly off with him? Because if I'm on a roof, I'll still have aim.
Let's
Okay,
try
yeah.
it.
So you go ahead.
I'll tell you that, and then I'll like do the tuck and roll.
Yeah, so you tuck, roll, dive off as she is yelling out to everyone. Go ahead and take him to the keep. And you do so. You drop her off. She does a roll on top of the building, and you're aiming down at it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to swoop in and,
Okay.
and throw the thing on the back of the broom.
Gotcha. And you swoop down, and you just kind of catch yourself onto the ground, and your hooded self, just kind of shielding your eyes, almost look at the thing, and the thing is just kind of blind with fear.
Quickly, you have to trust me. I know that I don't look like somebody that you should trust right now. But I was given specific instruction to take care of you from the captain. And I can take you to the keep.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Trust her. Trust him.
9.
Plus your modifier.
Oh, yeah.
Persuasion.
Okay.
I don't know how.
-3.
0.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that he's just kind of just shaking, and he starts to just like skirt around you and looking at the ogre that has just completely taken the arm. He is starting to run away off towards the east. And you shoot at the ogre, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 18 plus 4, 22 to hit.
Okay.
You did too.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I wanna help Landon.
Gotcha.
make
So
the
you
shot.
do so with advantage.
I
Yes.
Sweet. Okay.
And you did what to hit?
for me to hit was 22.
Yes, and you definitely do.
So
Nice.
17 damage.
17 damage to this ogre as it's hit in its shoulder from above.
My helps are no help at all.
Oh, 1 and a 6.
Oh,
Hey, it wasn't a 1.
yeah.
Okay, this might be a stretch. Can I use mimicry in my telepathy?
Can you use your mimicry in telepathy? No, because it is your own your own
the
specific
actual
language
verbal
in that telepathy, which it can communicate with a person, but it's not through mimicry.
Okay.
It sounds like Jarvis
The-
from Iron Man.
Yes.
Yeah. So you aim and
14 is what I rolled.
14. You do hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That was almost an natural
yeah.
1. So good. Okay. Cool.
As you're aiming and shooting, are you doing anything?
Are you sure I can't get on the broom?
I did 12 points of damage.
12 points.
We have to get
Sweet.
the thing on here.
Fine, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna reach into my component pouch, grab a little bit of makeup, and cast friends on the Thane.
Okay.
You should go with him. He knows what he's talking about. He will get you safe.
It has to roll a what kind of check to be a friend? It's if.
I get
If
advantage
they're-
on charisma checks.
Gotcha. So he's rolling a charisma check.
No, I get advantage on charisma checks towards him. So like if I had to roll one.
For friend, you're having to roll a charisma check to see if it succeeds in.
It just cast on them,
Right.
and then any kind of like charisma check that I would have to roll, like a persuasion.
Yes.
or something like
I
that.
gotcha.
So it's just
So yeah, it's cast innately. Then yeah, go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
15.
Okay. You can see he just. Okay. And he is going towards the broom, and you can see that he gets on it. He is a rather large fellow.
Okay.
I'm just you try to rise the broom as it is trying to get up. As all of this is happening, shooting at the ogre. The ogre it's in its arm. You could see that there is a mass of goblins, maybe 4 of them, and then you can see that there's maybe 2 goblins that are behind that ogre. There are guards that are coming in from the north, about 2 or 3 guards that are coming in to quell the beast, the ogre at bay. You could see that the captain is waving at all of you to get out of there, to run, to flee. As all of this is starting to happen, there is also a goblin that runs out of a window and just and is going to try to jump at the broom and catch onto it.
Can I try to shoot it while he does that?
You don't know that it's there. It's stealth. It rolled with athletics check. It's going to be a 19. So it reaches out for that broom, and you try to dodge out of the way of it, but it catches onto it. You can feel that the broom is now being pulled down towards the ground, with you and the Thane on top of it, and it is just trying to swing up at you.
No. Okay.
Jerk.
Can we see that?
You are focused on the ogre right now, all of you. And you're maybe about 30 feet in the air, so this is out of y'all's line of sight unless y'all were looking directly at. But you could tell that she is telling all of you to run. Go, go, go!
How near am I to the closest building, and what's the height of that building?
You're about 10 feet away, and you are just dipping below the top of the building itself. So you're about right here. Whenever the goblin hopped onto it, the momentum brought you up above it, but now you're starting to float back down again.
Okay, I want to try to make it. I want to try to clip the goblin off on the edge of the
Okay,
building.
so you turn. Go ahead and roll.
Clip it.
Oh man. So with roll, I guess a dexterity check. That's the best I can think.
Nat 20.
You are. You feel it come up, and you try to spin around in a circle. Just to pull the momentum of the goblin out, swinging it out in that direction. As you're swinging around, it clips that goblin. That goblin tries to hold onto the broom, but it just falls down onto the ground and just like splats onto the ground. All of you see this goblin just hit the ground and look up. You can see that Munnin and Thane are starting to rise above the crest of the roof again.
Mr. Wood, I found you a secret.
That's right. He flying that room. He flying that.
And you can tell that the Thane is just like trying to like grabbing onto you and like not necessarily knowing what like to grab onto the broom. He's just kind of fumbling about, just like not knowing. He's never flown before, so this is just a new sensation for him. But yes, you're rising, and he's just like, ah!
Defying gravity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just a very scared, frightened finishing note of
I promise
defying
he'll
gravity.
be alright. He's like very poorly trying to comfort him.
You do not successfully quell. I'm not even gonna. There's no roll for that. You don't do it.
It's the words coming out of your mouth.
So yes, all of you on the ground, you're seeing all of these enemies that are advancing on the captain. You're seeing that the Thane is flying off in the broom itself. What is it that you want to do?
I don't want to leave her.
No, I don't
or
either.
them. Like, I think we should just stay and help him clean it up.
I mean, the Thane's heading that way.
Thane is going to be safe.
Hopefully.
I believe in you.
So goblins are coming from the west, and our troops are coming from the north.
Yes, and you just came from the south.
Right.
And Broom is heading off towards the east.
Okay.
I think that Thane will be safe. I think if we just hang out and help him clean up.
Yeah, I definitely want to
clean up all
help
the stuff.
fight.
Yeah.
All right. So all of these humanoid, or all of these enemies are starting to bound over this ogre. As all of this is happening, there is a there is a white that climbs up over on top of the ogre and is like standing up on its shoulders, and it looks up and sees the thing on the broom. It is going to roll an attack at it. There is all of these creatures you're seeing have that exact same rune on their neck that's etched into their skin, including this white. It doesn't have the etching in its skin, but you can see that purple glow in its eyes. You can see that it burns bright, and it just holds its chest out, and just there's this purple energy that leaves it as it crumples onto the ogre and slips off of its back and falls off. That purple energy is heading up towards the broom, and it is heading straight for the thing. It's almost as if it is homing on him. Go ahead and make a athletics check to see if you're able to dodge out of the way for the thing.
That is a 19.
A 19. The energy, you dip down below to try to see if that energy can break off of the edge of the roof on top, and you can see that it crests over it and heads straight down, and it just slams into the side of the thing. The thing is going to try to hold on. The thing is able to successfully hold on, but it's hit from this, and he just screams out in pain. And where it hit him in the arm, you can see this purple energy just crawl up his body, and you can see that there is the same symbol that etched into its skin, and you can hear that sound as it wraps around his neck, and you can see that he's just gasping for air. There's this immense pain that has pulled the breath out of him, and you are just trying to get the heck out of Dodge. As all of these creatures are coming over, the ogre still having in its teeth the captain. What is it that each of y'all want to do?
Attack the
Guess
ogre.
I'm going after the useless thing.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Foxes too.
Okay.
How far away are they now?
They didn't get too far. I mean,
No, they're maybe about 20 feet away. They haven't really made any kind of distance away from
I'm
you.
going after him.
Okay.
I'll probably shoot at the white.
Okay.
Or did the white, like, kind of
The white,
crumble
like
and
it's
fall down?
it gave all of its energy.
yeah, and it crumpled
back.
down off of the back of the ogre. It is now hidden behind the ogre,
Okay.
crumpled onto the ground behind it, and all of these other enemies are trying to move past the ogre that is that's still holding the captain in its teeth.
Okay, so I would probably shoot the ogre and keep an eye on the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
are you okay, buddy?
I'm gonna make a combo attack with my daggers, like on 1 foot of the ogre, and
Okay.
also use my bonus action to try to help Kota make the shot.
Yeah,
to like,
awesome.
kind of keep it in place.
Yeah. So you get advantage from is that right?
Mhm.
So you're getting advantage
bonus
on your
action
attack on
help.
the ogre, and you are also attacking the ogre.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to actually change mine. I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay, sounds good. So friend is lifted off of the. No, I think friend is.
It's
held
concentration, so
Oh, okay.
until I drop it.
Yeah. So you flip over to that mage armor. Is mage armor concentration? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. So never mind. You cast that mage armor on you, and it just wraps around your body, the silhouette of yourself. And you rolled for your attack.
Yeah.
What was the roll?
Well, I
for
rolled
it?
2.
If you're doing both
2
attacks,
daggers. Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead and roll for both. You're rolling for your attack with advantage.
First dagger is 19.
Okay. You successfully hit
Second dagger is an 11.
an 11, and that hits. Yeah,
Okay.
My first attack was a 23,
definitely hits.
and that is going to be 19 damage.
19 damage. Okay.
Second attack.
Okay. And what are your what's the damage for both of your attacks?
24 plus 1, so I got 3 on the first dagger.
Okay.
And then I don't think I add the modifier for the second one.
24 plus 3 for the sneak attack. Or
Oh,
no,
and
no.
then 2d4 because it is sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
Or 2d6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So both daggers were 5,
Okay.
and then 1, 5. So 11 total.
11 total damage. From that hit that Orryn kind of giving you advantage, like calling attention to himself, and the ogre like pulling down its teeth still like mashed onto the captain's arm, trying to like look over the captain. You just stab right into both of its feet, and it's like stomping on the ground, giving you the advantage to find that weak spot, and you go, there. Who's this? The whole ogre releases the captain from its jaw. You can see that it is just being held on by the thinnest of bone. You can see that it is in her arm, and she just falls onto the ground, crumpled down, and she's just grasping at her arm as that ogre just like falls down lifeless onto the ground. Both of you have killed it. All of the enemies are now running over it. You and Fox are both following after Munnin, correct?
After the thing, the thing.
Thing, yes.
And anything that's around, I'm going to attack it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, where on the map is the tower where we're taking the thing?
Where you are taking the thing?
Yes.
You are trying. You don't know. So she's pointed you off towards the distance, but you're relying on the thing to be able to give you that location.
Okay.
But you don't know. So what you're looking around, and you're getting, you get above the buildings to kind of see, to get a vantage point. You can see that there is a very beautiful estate that sits over here, and then you can see that there is like a lot of very immaculate looking buildings over here and over here. They stand pretty tall and big, and they're adorned with very beautiful inscriptions and carvings in the side. You can also see it looks more militaristic. You can see that there are flags and banners that are waving in the wind.
That's where I want to head.
Okay, so you, gleaning that information, you start to head in that direction across the rooftops. Are you wanting to go across the buildings, like over the buildings themselves, or still along the streetways?
Let's go with over the. What kind of shape is the thing in?
He is still grasping at breath. He's still trying to like figure out what exactly is going on to him.
Let's go with over the buildings, and let's go like flying tight and low. Like
Okay.
I don't want to just be way up there, like kind of trying to keep in some cover.
Okay, sounds good. You can see that Munnin with the Thane has crossed over into the buildings. As you are going down the alleyway path, you are still running after where you believe the direction that he is heading. And you round a corner and you can see that he goes off of the roof's building. So both of you are heading in the same general direction, you and Fox.
Can I kind of help him in that? And since I'm on a roof, I can be like, you went that way, like second left, hang a right.
From where you are, you don't have the vantage point to be able to map that out for him. But you're still able to get that. Fox is leading you through those streets, and Fox is able to get a bead on where Munnin and the Thane are on that broom.
There's my good boy.
And Montly, you cast mage armor on yourself, and you can see that all of these people are barreling through, and the guards are now starting to get to that point. And there's like maybe 2 or 3 guards against like 2 or 3 different bugbears, 2 other different goblins, and you're not able to grab the numbers as the ogre just falls in front and just releases the floodgate of them. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try to get out of there. I'm going to
Okay.
use my nimble escape, my bonus action, to pretty much just like dodge and disengage and
Okay.
try to hide.
Sounds good. Do you want to go in any kind of specific direction?
Following the Thane, following the broom.
Okay.
The rest of the group.
Sounds good. So you are disengaged. You pull the hood over your head and you just almost like a shadow move across the ground from all the chaos and the mayhem that's happening. Orryn, you
So
stabbed
remind
the
me again,
2.
Yeah, there at the base of the ogre falls.
Yeah.
What am I looking at? Are we like in an alley intersection?
Yeah, so it is. You're at the corner of 2 buildings on your left and your right, and the ogre has just fallen at this. Basically the end of this alleyway that goes off. It's you're at a cross street, basically.
Yeah.
And so you're looking off in this direction, and the ogre is just felled right there at the edge of this street right here.
Okay.
And you're seeing everyone go off in this direction.
Okay.
But you're seeing all of these enemies after the ogre falls down. You're seeing all of them just pile over. You're seeing soldiers coming from this direction. They're
And the
starting
enemies
to
are coming
advance.
from what direction?
The enemies are coming from this direction.
Okay. I wanted to cast the Mold Earth cantrip
Okay.
just past the ogre to make a 5-foot square of difficult terrain.
Okay.
So that the enemies will tremble on that. Then I think in the adrenaline of the moment, I'll cast another spell,
Okay.
Expeditious Retreat,
Okay.
on myself. That just gives me dash until for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So just make me a little bit faster.
Yeah.
I know it's not like turns or anything, but make me a little bit faster to keep up. But then I also it's a spell, so I'll need to make sure that
So the Expeditious Retreat, what level is that?
it's first level spell.
Okay, and then the what was the other? The other spell was
Mold Earth. An Expeditious Retreat can be cast as a bonus action.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So in Mold Earth, is that a cantrip?
It is.
Okay, sweet. So you can cast both of those.
Mhm.
It's a first level spell, so go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay. 18, and I'm at 17.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have a Wild Magic Surge.
Oh
Go
no!
ahead and roll 2d10s.
Maybe bubbles are okay.
Can I do like a 10
That's
percentage
exciting.
or just 2d10?
This is the best
yeah,
part
yeah.
about him.
10,
Okay. So that's going to be your first digit.
1.
Okay, so that
11.
is
11.
11, yeah. Hold on.
This is the best part about being a Wild Magic
It happened second time.
Yeah, what
Second
the-
spell.
And this resets you back to that 15. You rolled an 11.
Oh, are we doing 15 down and then count down from 15? Or we start at 18?
We start at 18, so you have to roll 18 or above in
Mhm.
order for that to happen. If
So it goes-
whatever spell you cast, if you roll anything under that, the DC bumps down to 17.
Okay.
If it's a first level
But we
spell.
go back up to 18?
Yes, it goes back up to 18 after expending that.
Okay.
So it was an 11. So roll a d10.
Ouch.
5.
Your height changes by a number of inches equal to the roll. If the roll is odd, you shrink. If the roll is even, you
Yes.
grow. So you shrink
So I guess I'm like
5
an innate
inches.
feeling of like wanting to not be seen and like
Yeah.
being able to squeeze through this crowd.
Yeah, and you do so. You
Magic helps me.
even
Permanent?
shorter than what you turn. No, I don't know.
I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
find
I don't
out.
know.
I am.
You know what?
I'm 2
How
2
tall
foot
are you
7
anyway?
now. I'm like
2
3
foot
foot 2. Or something.
Yeah. So now he's 2'9".
Okay. 5
In
inches
feet and
shorter.
inches.
So
If you're
like,
across
are
the
you
pond, it
short?
is with the
Where is my?
Not
Yeah,
the metric
I'm
system.
3'6", so I'm 3 foot even now.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
3 foot
Just
even.
that even 3 foot.
My
Just
boy yardstick.
as you cast that mold terrain and you cast Expeditious Retreat, you feel your form just shift slightly. Your eye level moves down slightly lower than it was before. You don't pay any kind of mind to it. You feel a shaking on your on the top left on your eyebrow. You feel it, and you feel it kind of grow a little bit. And then you, yeah, and you feel that grow slightly, and then you move. You head down, and you're following after the thing and after Munnin, correct?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
following them to wherever the broom is going.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So the all of you are
3 foot.
all of the bad guys are trying to roll out of the muck. They do a terrible job. You could hear them like kind of disgruntled, just slipping and like tumbling over each other. You could see that there's like mud that is like caking over their body, and you just kind of like a little bit of a victory as you turn yourself and you're following after everyone. And Kota, you're still on the roof, but the roof, you could make a jump across to another building that follows along without a break
Yeah.
towards that direction if you wanted to try to clear that. Okay.
I would like to do a flip, so it's acrobatics instead of athletics.
Okay. Okay.
No. I think I'm.
I'll allow it for this moment.
Yeah.
For this
flip.
moment. Sure.
Yeah, because my athletics is like 0, but acrobatics is like 6. So flip.
Make it a flip.
Make
I'll
it
do
a flip.
I'll allow it this time.
22.
Okay, you hardcore parkour the crap out of that freaking flip. You move around.
Crash through window.
Thank you, Cultivate IT, THNC. Flip around and land in a 3-point pose, and you continue across the rooftop, Assassin's Creed style, off in the distance. All of you are now heading in that general direction, following after the thing. You keeping low to the ground. You are now in a clearing. There is only just a clearing between where you are now and the castle, the keep, the armory, it appears, with the banners that are flying. And there's maybe about 50 feet, maybe 100 feet. No, even more than that. About 200 feet distant between the edge of the building that you're just now leaving and just the edge of the keep itself, with the thing on, still breathing and panting, and you can see that purple energy is kind of like pulsing, and with every pulse he just kind of
That's not good.
Alright, I'm going to start kind of cutting upward. I want to get to like the highest point of that building, of the, the keeper, the armory or
Okay.
whatnot. So I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go out in the clearing.
Okay,
Just
so
full speed ahead.
so are you? How high are you wanting to be in that clearing?
Let's go with like 15 feet off the ground.
15 feet?
Somewhere in there.
Okay.
Until I have to like clear a fence or anything kind of blocking the building.
Okay.
It's like,
Sounds good. So you are now lying low, about 15 feet off the ground. All of you can see that Munnin kind of goes down from the rooftop, maybe about 20, 25 feet up in the air, down to about 15 feet above the ground, out in this open clearing. There's just a slight bit of patched grass to where there hasn't been any kind of footfall on that particular part of the path. As you are getting to that point, you see that there is a white and a goblin that are coming from the west, and you can see that there are soldiers that are fighting against a bugbear that is behind them, but those two are coming into this clearing. It's almost as if all of these purple eyes are in unison. All of the runes that are on the necks are in unison. All of them have some kind of connection with each other, because all of them seem to be conglomerating on this particular point to where the thing is. As you are trying to trail across this clearing,
That's pretty.
yeah, thank you.
This doesn't feel very capable.
The goblin readies its short bow and it shoots up at you. It rolled a 22. It does. Gosh dang! It's 8 points of piercing damage to you on the broom. Go ahead and roll a strength check to see if you hold your rip.
oh no.
Oh no.
How about a 7?
That's plenty.
Oh,
That's
strength?
plenty.
You successfully fall off of the broom. Just you slip off the side. It's almost as if the power of the broom kind of like tries to hold itself up, but you could feel the magic of it just slowed its descent.
Okay, so how's the Thane doing? Because I can send the broom to travel alone to a destination within 1 mile if I speak a command word to it.
Okay. If the Thane is able to hold his grip, his balance on the broom, then you can successfully do that, but you will still leave the broom. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll
so
do it, but I can send
he
it.
is going to roll a strength check with disadvantage, okay?
Okay. Come on, Thane.
Can I assist him? I give him advantage?
Huh?
We give him
I guess
inspirational, like.
I do not see any
cheers.
bards.
Another class.
He
He was very charismatic.
tries to hold that grip, but you can see that it is slipping with you, and then he tries to hold onto the broom, but both of you start to plummet with the broom in hand. Both of you just skid across the ground dirt path beneath you. All of you kind of catch up to where the Thane is with all of the enemies that are approaching on all sides. The Thane out in front, you kind of try to pull yourself up, and as all of you approach, a dome just wraps all of you, and some of you like bump into it. You just hear boom as you bump into this dome. All of you are trapped in this sort of in enclosure with the Thane right on the outside. You see a purple spark of arcane energy floating through the air, and it just expands into a circle of just this purple void. And stepping out of it, you see a hooded figure, and that circle just closes from behind it. And you can see that he's standing maybe about 5 feet away from the Thane. You could see a...
Wait, is the Thane within the bubble with us?
No, the Thane is outside of the bubble where he is, where this thing is. You can see that there's something peeking out of a hood. It is a dark hood that is embroidered in this purple embroidery. It is the same markings